Hi, I'm Shubhadeep Chakravarti for HT Auto, and today we're taking a closer look at the new 2020 S-Cross. Yes, I said new, and you must be wondering what really is new, because on the outside there is hardly anything that's changed. But the changes are under the hood and inside the cabin, and I'll be telling you everything you need to know about this car. So stay tuned. To look at, the 2020 S-Cross still is very similar, very familiar to the preceding model. In fact, there is a sense of deja vu when you look at it. The Alpha variant, this one right here, is the top one, so you do get the projector headlights here, the DRLs, the LED fog lamps, and there are 16-inch alloys on the side. Yes, it does look very similar to the preceding model, but the interesting thing is what's inside this car. A lot of people had been demanding that the S-Cross should be offered in a petrol engine, but when it was launched all those years back, there was only a diesel, and now there is only a petrol. Maruti likes to perhaps play with the extremes, but the engine inside this car now is the very familiar 1.5 litre K series, which does the round in Ciaz, the Brezza and the likes. So without much ado, let's find out what is the big deal with this engine as we drive it around. Driving the S-Cross always brings back memories, most of them good. I remember the last time that I was out on a media test drive for the S-Cross was in 2017, and it was on the beautifully scenic roads of Udaipur. While now coronavirus means I'm restricted to Delhi and Gurgaon, but the grunt, the roar of the diesel is something I'm clearly not missing inside the petrol engine S-Cross. The car is definitely refined, and I now understand why Maruti wants to underline that word, and there is so much less noise from the engine bay that's coming inside. There is also a lot less noise from the road, so clearly Maruti seems to have worked on the NVH levels. And the steering, it remains solidly planted. It's really heavy but not disconcerting, and therefore it's a nice car to do city miles under. Out on the highway though, the S-Cross will slightly suffer, especially if you need to get a move on. I'm driving the automatic version, which is new, and I'm pretty impressed with what it does in city conditions. So there is a lot of convenience and the performance is not lacking all that much, but in straight roads like I am right now, every time I need that little bit of a push, it's not really working for me. Well, let's get a move on this S-Cross and see how it performs. Nope, there is no rubber band effect, so to say, but there is a sense of hesitation that comes in from the car, that it's not really willing to be pushed around all that much. As I mentioned previously, when you're out on open roads and you want to make that overtaking move, this car will do it for you, but it's going to groan for you as well. At triple digit speeds, the S-Cross remains planted, and there is a sense of reassurance from this vehicle. When you're slowing down, and especially on roads which are a little bumpy, the suspension unit is really par for the course again. And the turns. Yeah, there is not much complaining there at all. The S-Cross makes those turns really well, it's really precise, and it's nice. As a daily commuting fare, the S-Cross is a reassuring one, whether you're driving it or you're being driven in it. The drive itself is comfortable, the seats have really nice cushioning both at the front and at the back. Speed breakers, and there's one coming up. Well, not too much of a problem at all. But in terms of feature list that's inside the new S-Cross, Maruti could have done a little bit extra. cosmetic and practical features, something like say a sunroof and wireless phone charging, and maybe even rear AC vents. I mean, in Indian conditions, you would expect rear AC vents as standard. All of these continue to be missing. Besides these misses, the updates aren't enough to fill up a page, except for the introduction of a Smart Play Studio infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So to sum it all up, we are glad that Maruti has finally answered a long-standing demand of a petrol engine, and a lot of people have been demanding the automatic transmission, and that is also a good addition. The car, however, could have done with say a turbo engine, a little bit of features on the inside, say maybe wireless charging, and to look at, Maruti designers could have given it a little bit of its own unique element vis-a-vis the preceding model. The S-Cross still looks a little jaded, especially when you compare it to the newer rivals that it goes up against. The company says it's a refined SUV, and while refined is fine, SUV it still isn't. What do you think about this car? Do let us know, and thank you so much for watching.